Okay, on this problem, I've got a truss, and I want to again find the force in each member. Okay, um, so I'm going to use a joint analysis. This time, I'm going to specifically not find the reaction forces, although I have reaction forces at A and C. I recognize that at joint E, I only have two unknowns and the 3 kilonewtons acting on it. So I'm going to start there because I can calculate that without finding those reaction forces. So again, there are certain problems where you don't need to figure that out. So I'll start with that one. I've got 3 kilonewtons straight down, and then again, I'm going to assume tension. So they're going to be pulling out from the joint, and that'll be FDE, and then this will be FBE. Okay, and these are 3, 4, 5 triangles, or 1.2, 0.9, 1.5 triangles. Okay, but 3, 4, 5 triangles as shown there. So now that I've got that, I can go ahead and sum my forces in the x and y and hopefully calculate things. So I'm going to have negative FDE minus 4/5 FBE equals 0. And then I have the same thing in the y direction where I have negative 3 and then plus 3/5 FBE, and that equals 0. So from this, I can find that FBE equals 5. From this guy, I can find, now that I know FB equals 5, plugging that in, I can find that FDE equals negative 4. So now I go and say, okay, well, that positive 5 means 5 kilonewtons in tension. Okay, and that 4 means 4 kilonewtons in compression. Okay, so again, uh, the assumption of tension, if it's positive, then it's tension. If it's negative, then that assumption's incorrect and it's actually compression. So again, I'm going to go jot these down so I can keep track of things. So that's 4 in compression, and this one is 5 in tension. All right, so now that I've got that, I need to move on. Looks like joint B is really the only place I can go. It's got two unknowns there. D would have three unknowns. So I'm going to have to go to joint B. Okay, and you want to start with your known. So I've got that 6 kilonewtons acting straight down just like that. Don't want to forget those external forces. And then I've got my 5 in tension, which is right here. Okay, and again, that is a 3, 4, 5 triangle like so. Okay, and then I'll assume this guy's in tension. If I'm wrong, I get a negative answer, make it compression. Okay, and I'll assume AB is also in tension. So again, those are out from the joint. They're pulling on the joint because I'm assuming they're in tension. Again, wrong answer, just flips that around. Okay, so now sum of my forces in the x and y, set them equal to 0. So in the x direction, I've got the negative FAB. Okay, and I've got the positive 4/5 times 5 from that 5 tension BE member there. Set that equal to 0. And from this, I can find that FAB equals 4. Okay, moving on to the y direction, I'm going to have negative 6. I'm going to have negative FBD, and I'm going to have negative 3/5 times 5 in the vertical direction. From this, again, I know that FAB is 4. I can, whoops. Oh, no, that doesn't show up there. Sorry. This one I can solve directly for FBD as well. The AB doesn't show up at all. And I find that FBD equals negative 9. Now that I've got those solved, I can say, okay, 4 was correct. I get a positive answer, so that's 4 kilonewtons in tension. But the 9 is negative, so that's 9 kilonewtons in compression. So I go ahead again and fill these in. So this is going to be 4 in tension right there. And then this will be 9 in compression right there. Okay, so again, keeping track. Where am I going now? I'm going to go to D. I've got two unknowns, AD and CD there. I've got a 9 and a 4 in compression. Okay, no external loads there. So let's go ahead and move there and see what we can do. So I'm going to joint D. All right, and I have 9 in compression, so it's pushing down on D, and 4 is pushing to the left at D. Okay, so those compressions are always going in. My tensions are coming out, so I've got my tension FCD shown here, and then I'll assume this guy's in tension as well. That'll be FAD, and this is a 3, 4, 5 triangle, like so. So we go in and we say, okay, some of the forces in the x direction. I have -4, negative FCD, and then -4/5 times FAD equals 0. Same thing in the y direction. I get -9 straight down, and then AD up 3/5 AD straight up, or not straight up, but 3/5 of it goes up. So from this, I learned that FAD equals 15. Plugging that 15 up above, I can solve for FCD, and I get FCD equals -16. So that negative means 16 kilonewtons in compression, and the 15 is positive, so that's 15 kilonewtons in tension, which solves everything out. So FAD, again, is tension. Wait. Yeah, FAD is tension. So this will be 15 in tension, and FCD will be in compression and be 16. Okay, so again, I've calculated everyone at this point. Notice I went through this without finding those reactions. Again, I can go joint by joint. As long as I only have up to 2 unknowns, I can make, I can solve through because I have the x and the y equation, right? So just keep going through joint by joint, solving 2 members at a time to finish out everything.